dry, fried, not laid to the side. Peak Black womanhood is being a star at your Black girl hair math. So, in preparation for my pre-protective wash day today, I'm gonna walk you guys through my current calculations in Black hair math. So, today is currently April 9th, okay? We're in early spring. Now, typically, I like to do my protective styles in the winter when the air is dry, leave my hair out in the summer. Now, here is where I miscalculated. I removed my boho braids about 2 weeks ago. This was too early for the season because the air is still dry. So I have my natural hair out right now, and it has been so dry because I took my protective style out too early. Here's where we add some complications. I have my quarterly hair trim booked on May 9th, 1 month from today. So I have a couple options. I can continue to leave my natural hair out and wash it more often to keep it hydrated, or I can go back and put in a protective style. I'm quite busy over the next few weeks, so I don't really think I'm gonna have time to be washing my hair more often. So that leaves us with option 2, putting in a protective style. Now again, my trim is booked in a month. And when I do protective styles, I like to get the bang for my buck. So I need a protective style that is going to last a month, but not last more than a month, because then if I take it out too early in time for my trim, I'll feel like I lost money. So what I'm thinking is doing jumbo knotless braids, right? I'm thinking this will last a month, but you know, the bigger parts tend to get frizzier sooner, so it won't last beyond that month period. So I think that's what I'm doing. So my braid appointment is tomorrow, which means that I'll have about a month with my protective style. So today is prep day for that appointment tomorrow. Goals of this pre-protective style wash day is to detangle, to cleanse, hydrate, deep condition, and blow dry. So we are going to get crack-a-lackin' with that. The time is now 12:35 p.m. Let's see what we are working with. Ooh, y'all. Crispy, dry, fried, not laid to the side. I definitely pushed it past the acceptable parameters of presentation. I've definitely been rocking a classic old high puff. So we are going to start with just I don't even want to say finger combing. I'm just giving some life back into the hair by unclumping a little bit. And then we are going to head into step 1, which is our detangling phase. So let's get into it. Okay, let's detangle. We've got our spray bottle. I'm going to spray the heck out of this hair just to make it a little bit more malleable, and then divide into sections and go through with a light detangle. See, the water is not even getting into the hair. Dry! Now, see, for this very reason is why I always recommend the continuous mist bottles, because you don't have to keep spraying. See, it goes on for a while after you spray and you get a finer mist. Okay, we are feeling a little better here. Ooh, Lord, hydrate, hydrate. Okay, so that was just a really rough sort of mist of the hair. Now I'm gonna go in and part the sections. very rough, just to make it easier for me to detangle. So we're gonna do 4 sections. That's what I normally do. Got a 1 here. Ooh, feel it tangle. Again, we want to be really gentle when you see these knots. So just gently pull. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this section, and essentially what I'm gonna do to detangle is I'm just gonna saturate it with water and go in with my tangle teaser, start from the bottom, work the way to the top, and just take out the first bit of tangles and then do the rest while I'm in the shower deep conditioning. So taking the spray bottle, saturating this section. And as I'm saturating, I'm going through with my fingers to sort of get rid of any small tangles at the bottom. And again, you really want to saturate. Moisture is the name of the game. Perfect. And you see that my shirt is not really wet, which means all the water is in my hair, which is good. That's what we want. So taking our tangle teaser, starting from the bottom. Started from the bottom now, where? Start from the bottom, now the whole team in. I done kept it real from the jump. What a throwback. Okay, so we're starting the bottom and we are going through, not as tangled as I initially thought, which is great. And if you're like here, I'm feeling a little resistance, so I'm just gonna take my brush out and then go below the tangle and then start from the bottom. And then you see it's gliding through much cleaner. I'm also feeling the gunks of gel, that I've reactivated. Like I'm seeing like the gel residue on my hand. And that says, Tawana girl, you've been using too much product. But that ain't no problem, ain't no problem. Okay, so once I've done a couple passes, I am seeing that the tangle teaser is going through pretty smoothly. I'm satisfied. So I'm just going to take this section, give it a rough twist, and clip it up and move on to the rest. So I'm gonna finish up the remaining 4 sections, and then we will do a time check and hop into the shower to start actually washing. So for this detangle, I'm literally just using water and a tangle teaser. Okay, let's get crack-a-lackin'. Gonna pop on this Prime Video show that I've been watching. It's called Dr. Foster. So I'm just on the first episode, but it's about this woman who thinks that her husband's cheating on her, and it's quite riveting so far. So I'm gonna put this on in the background while I do the rest of my hair. Okay dokes, we are all detangled and the time is now 12:51, so that really didn't take too long, which is awesome. And in terms of how much shed hair we're looking at, not too much actually, just this for the entire head. So I am going to hop into the shower now. And like I said, one of my goals for my pre-protective wash days is always to hydrate my hair, particularly now when it's so dry. So I'm going in with the Nature's Little Secret Cucumber Nourishing Shampoo. Now, this brand is not available in Canada. I bought it online from America when they were having a like 40% off sale, maybe last year, and I've actually quite been enjoying this. So something that I would repurchase maybe when America gets their shit together, pardon my language. So I'm gonna go in with this shampoo, and in terms of my deep conditioning, I'm gonna go in with the TGIN Honey Miracle Hair Mask. This is so amazing for hydrating. The first two ingredients are water and honey. And honey is a humectant, so helps to bring moisture into the hair, which is really, really awesome. And you know what we like to do? Read our instructions. So I am going to leave this on my hair. So the options are to sit under a dryer for 10 to 15 minutes or leave on for 35 minutes to an hour without heat. So I'll see how I'm feeling after I get out of the shower. I do have like a bit of a heating cap, so I may do that, but I will keep you posted. So time is now 12:53. We're gonna go in, shampoo, deep condition, and I will check in with you when I'm out of the shower with the deep conditioner marinating. Okie dokes, we are back and out of the shower. Hair is deep conditioned. I have it in these twists and in my plastic cap. So I did decide that I'm gonna go ahead and do the applying heat. Now, I don't have a hooded dryer. So what I've been using is I have a plug-in heat cap that I like to use, but I also have this here. This is a thermal hair treatment cap, and how it works is you pop it in the microwave to get the cap itself hot, and then you put it on and it acts as applying heat to your hair. So I do prefer this sometimes over my plug-in heat cap because you can be like mobile and like move around and do other stuff with this instead of being tethered to a plug. And the reason I decided to go with the heat option for the deep conditioner instead of the non-heat option is because I read some research that says that heat opens up the cuticles in the hair, which allows the product and moisture to penetrate more deeply. And because of the state of my hair, I thought that would be a better option for me. So time is now 1:26. So I'm gonna go heat this for like a minute and a half in the microwave, pop this on, and according to the instructions, we're leaving on the deep conditioning with heat for about 15 minutes. So I will do that and check back in. Okie dokes, our 15 minutes for our deep conditioner is up. Time is now 1:51 p.m. So I'm going to take this bad boy off. Okay, looking, hair is feeling warm. This is almost completely cooled, so I'm hoping that, the rules of heat transfer apply. Heat is transferred from the cap to my hair. So what we are going to do now is we are going to rinse this out as the instructions on the deep conditioner bottle say. We're gonna rinse with cool water. The science behind that is that cool water helps to close the cuticle to keep the moisture in, which is in contrast to the heat, which helps to open up the cuticles to let the moisture in. So we are going to wash this out, wash my face, wash my body, and then we are going to proceed with the last phase of our pre-protective style wash day, which will be the blow dry. So I'll be back in a flash. Okay, we are out of the shower, deep conditioner is out. Body's washed, face washed, and the time is now 2:26. So let's take this off. Ooh, hair is feeling so soft. She definitely looks much more hydrated than she did before. So we are now in the last stage of our pre-protective style wash day, which is our blow dry phase. So you can see my hair is in twists. So what we are going to do is leave-in conditioner. When I'm about to blow dry my hair, I like to use lightweight products. So I'm going in with the Alley K Naturals Lemongrass Leave-In Conditioner. It's a spray, so it is quite lightweight. So I'm going to unravel each section, give this a little shake, and give her a spray, paying special attentions to the end. Don't want to go in too heavy again because we don't want our hair being weighed down by the products because we are going to be blow drying. So just spritz. And this has a very lovely texture and a wonderful scent. Okay. Last section here. And again, I like to do a little extra on the ends. And I like to lift up, go in between the different layers. Okay, so we are, and what is on my face? Yuck. Oh, leftovers of the cocoa butter that I used to moisturize. So just running the product through my hair. Again, we're feeling lovely, feeling very, very soft, which I am here for. Okay, next thing we're putting in our hair, because we are blow drying, we are going to be using some heat protectant. So I'm just using the Tresemme Keratin Smooth. This works well, and the price is even better. $5.99, y'all. Woo! These are the prices we like to see in this economy. And she is heat safe up to 230 degrees Celsius, which I believe is 450 Fahrenheit. But I will double check in editing. So just spraying this all over to protect our hair from the heat. And that's it for products that we're gonna be putting in before we blow dry. So I'm just going to, again, run my fingers through, make sure the products are evenly distributed, and then we're going to go back into our sections for the blow dry. So I'm actually not gonna do a full twist. I'm just going to clip the sections up and out of the way. We're gonna do quarters. Boop. And for the back, we're gonna leave the section down that we are going to work with. Now, in terms of blow drying, feel like I'm gonna catch some smoke for this, but y'all need to put down those blow dry brushes that have the little balls on the end that rip out your hair, okay? I know it's easy, the blow dry brush, you go, you vroom, 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 and you know, there are a lot of affordable options, but ladies, men, theys, and thems, please, we need to be protecting our hair and being gentle with our hair. Anything that's gonna rip it out, anything that has an unknown heat setting, there's only a high, and a low, and the high is too hot, the low is not, is too low. So put down the blow dry brushes, okay? And again, I know I'm gonna catch smoke. You're gonna need to get you a Dyson.
I said what I said, and I'm not changing on it, okay? I said what I said. It ain't changing no.
I'm sorry. Listen, I am not one to be selling products, but y'all, me and my Dyson go together real bad. I've had her for about 4 years. This is like the original version. I know they have like a new one where this part is clear. But when I tell you, my hair does not break off or burn off. My hair gets blow dried so quickly. And with the Afro comb attachment, you can just boop, 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 and you'll be done. The other thing I really like about the Dyson is that if we're trusting their research, which I am, the temperature control on this is regulated so that your hair is not getting burnt off, or that like if you're on one setting, the temperature range is pretty static so you get an even dry, right? With some of the other products, those blow dry brushes that have a high and a low, the temperature control is not as regulated when you're on a specific setting. So I've had this, again, like I said, for about 4 years. It works really well. Me and her go together real bad, so I unfortunately would recommend you spending $500 on a blow dryer. My apologies. Okay, anyways, we are going to move on with blow drying. So let's see how long it takes us to the entire head. Time is now 4:23. So I typically start off on the low setting and high speed, and then I go up to the medium setting still on high speed. I will say the Dyson is quite loud. So if you're sensitive to noises, then this won't be it for you, but yeah, too loud. So we're on high speed, low heat. I'm gonna start off from the bottom. Stop and say the other thing that I don't like about the Dyson is that when you're combing your hair, this moves. So I do find myself quite often having to like adjust it into the direction that I want. But for her 2 little flaws, I still love her. We all can't be perfect. Something else I just remembered about the blow dry brushes is that it's really hard to get up to your roots. I find that with the Dyson, not only can you use the comb attachment to concentrate in the roots, but then you can actually comb through from the roots as well. Okay, so I'm gonna bump it up now to the level 2 heat and keep it on high speed as well. Okay, so that was it in real time with this section, about like 90% dry. Because the other sections of my hair are still wet, I typically blow dry each section about 90% dry and then go in when everything's done to get it to 100%. But time is 2:36. I have already forgotten what the other time that I said was, but that was in real time how long it took me to do that one section. The other thing about doing a protective style and not necessarily a silk press, when you're blow drying, I don't have to worry about getting my hair bone straight. I just need to get it dry and in a straightened straight, but not like a blow dry that you would go in if you're going with a silk press. But here is how we're looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 3 sections, and I will check back in when we are done with a time check. I'm gonna put back on Dr. Foster, y'all. Ooh, the show has got me in a chokehold. It's really good. So I'm going to blow dry, watch my Dr. Foster on Prime Video, and then check in with y'all. Okay, so this is all 4 sections blow dried to about like 85–90%. You can still see that there's some curls linked in. So I'm gonna go in and blow dry that. This is how we're looking in the back. You can feel a couple like damp spots. As I was blow drying, there were a couple of like tangled spots on this side. So that just indicates to me that I didn't do a super great job detangling either before or while I was in the shower. So just a note for next time to be more mindful of that. So we're gonna go in now on high heat, high speed, just to blow dry everything to about 100%. And we'll be back. High speed, high heat. Yo, the other thing about blow dry, you get so hot. Damn, I need a break. I am sweating with a sweater. The heat to my house is off. I am hot. It's okay, we push through, we persevere. Once again, peak of Black womanhood, surviving the heat as you blow dry. Okay, I'm done. This is about as good as it gets. It's not perfect. We still got some kinks closer to the roots, but guess what? We're putting braids in, so it don't need to be perfect. Okay, whew. Hair is dry. That's the most important part. It is dry and it is stretched. So for our last couple steps, so hopefully my braider doesn't watch this, but because you know these braiders behind, don't come with no product in your hair, but I need to put a little something in my hair. So I really like for my blow dried hair going in with the Ali K Naturals Moisture Rich Parfait. Main ingredient in this is shea butter. So if you have raw shea butter as well, you can use that. I literally go in with the tiniest amount. I take the tiniest amount, I emulsify it in my hands, and I just run it through my hair. This, I don't know, it gives my hair shine. It adds a little bit of moisture to it. And we have to put a tiny amount so that, you know, we don't get cussed out by the braiders for putting product in our hair. So I just put a tiny bit, run it through my hair. And then, honestly, y'all, what I do next is I literally take my hair, put it back in those 4 sections, and I do, you know what, maybe I'll do a little bit more. I'll do 6 this time. I'll do 6 twists because I just rock this style when I show it to the braiding place. So, twist, a little normal twist, nothing crazy. Just needs to keep the hair stretched until you sit down in that chair to get your protective style done. So I try to twist as much as possible all the way down to the bottom. And then, you guys, this is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate and Repair Split End Balm. I just take, again, see all my nail jabs, a little zhuzh of this, and I just put it on the ends of the hair and I twist it in. I know how effective this is at split ends, but I do know that it feels nice on my hair and it stops the twist from unraveling so that you can go through your day. So I am going to, oh, I didn't do a time check. We are 2:54 right now. So that was what, 30 minutes to blow dry? Which is, in my opinion, not bad at all. So I'm just popping in the twists. My hair feels so soft, so hydrated, which is the state that you want your hair to be in before a protective style, right? You want to protect this moisture and this hydration. You're not going in with no dry, crusty hair into your protective style. And I'm not parting any sort of way because typically, again, I blow dry and do all this the day before my appointment and just, I don't go outside until I don't go outside. So, and if I do need to go outside, we putting on a cap. So let me just finish this up. Again, twist, split end balm, a little bit on the ends, doop doop. This is how one half is looking. So I'm going to just zoom through this other half. Okay, dokie. We are done, y'all. We are done. This is how we are looking. Again, it does not need to be perfect. This is not the style. This is not the end style. This is just the interim to get to the end style. Okay, the time is now 2:57. So what, that took us about a little shy of 2.5 hours from detangling, washing, deep conditioning, blow drying. I don't think that's too bad at all, you guys. And as I said in my post-protective wash day video, though the hair coming out of a protective style and hair going into a protective style tend to be the longer wash days. But I will be sure to show you guys my regular wash day when I'm back on my my natural hair out. So just a regular schmegular everyday wash day. But let's do a product roundup because again, you guys know I am not preaching using 5 million products. So let me just grab out of the shower here what we used. So we did the shampoo, deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner, heat protectant, the moisture rich parfait is the sealant for our hair, and the split end repair balm. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products, you guys. So don't get lost in the sauce with everybody telling you need 5 million products. We have just washed, deep conditioned, blow dried our hair with 6 products. And then if we include tools, we have spray bottle as a tool, deep conditioning cap as a tool, blow dryer as a tool, and if you want to count the shower cap as a tool. So we're not doing a lot here. Alrighty, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been having such a fun time making these YouTube videos. So if you've been enjoying me and sticking along for the ride, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Alrighty guys, if you're curious, this is what the style looks like. Peep the parting, you see they're a bit larger. This is the back. Let me see if I can get, this is the curls at the bottom. So hopefully this will last a month. Thanks again for watching. Bye.